5 YouTuber boxers. My top 5 YouTuber boxers. I'm going to tell you who they are and my reasonings behind the list. So let's get started. At number 5, Anison Gibb. The man's had, 3 or 4 fights? He's had a fight on the first KSI vs Joe Weller. Then he had a fight against, Jake Paul. Then he's had another fight against this Taylor Holder. So he had 3 or 4 fights. And he's done alright. It's not so much the boxing ability. He's got some ability there, some technique there. It's not completely bad, but it's not completely great. Most of it's just the sheer pressure he puts on his opponents. So that's why I put him as my number 5. Still a decent YouTuber boxer though. Number 4, FaZe Jarvis. FaZe Jarvis seems like a really decent boxer, especially against a kind of big guy in Michael Lee. He showed what he's about. If he fights a better opponent, say someone like Adam Saleh, we could really see a real good FaZe Jarvis and a real good FaZe Jarvis get tested. Someone I don't know, Adam Saleh, Slim, someone like that could really test FaZe Jarvis. And I feel like that could be good for him as the next step up. But against Michael Lee, we definitely saw a clean knockout. And I feel like seeing him box, he's got a little bit of skill there. He's got something there. Number 3, Austin McBroom. Austin, I feel like over FaZe Jarvis and Gibb. He's had 1 fight like FaZe Jarvis, but over him as my number 3. My 3rd best YouTuber boxer / influencer boxer. Reason I put him there as number 3 is because of the way, because he was the main card. That's why I've essentially put him there. And because he's a big guy as well, so he has a higher chance of fighting some top guys like Logan Paul, Jake Paul, KSI, Anison Gibb, Deji. All these guys that he wants to call out or is looking to call out. He has a higher chance of fighting them because of the size he is, the weight and everything. And as well as that, I feel like he's got power in there. The way that Bryce Hall couldn't do anything, it just shows that if he gets really tested, then same as FaZe Jarvis, they've both had 1 fight. So if someone really tests him, then we could see Austin really prove himself. But I still feel like if FaZe Jarvis was a similar weight class, I feel like Austin will still have the edge because of the power. That's why I put him as number 3. Number 2 has to be JJ, KSI. The man's had, 3 fights? 1-2, drawn 1. He may not be the best boxer out there, but the man's got power. The man works hard. The man even said right now, JJ said that he's improved in his technique. They've been working on that. So maybe in his next fight, which could potentially, that could be, a sparring match against Adam Saleh. Or that could be Austin McBroom or even Jake Paul. That could be his next 3 fights potentially. So we could really see a different JJ come out, especially when they're working with the technique. He's got some new trainers in. He's working on technique. He's got the power there. He's got the determination, the hard work. He's got all 3 of those. He even understands boxing, doing it for a couple years now, about 2 years or something. He understands boxing a little bit more now, especially training it as well. So that's why I give him the edge over Austin. Austin's had 1 fight against someone like Bryce Hall. The weight, the opponents, much more different compared to JJ. So that's why Austin goes 3rd and JJ goes 2nd because, he fought Logan Paul, bigger guys, stronger guys, He was the one that started, him and Logan were the one that started this whole no headgear, the YouTuber slash influencer no headgear thing, getting some top companies in. Like, one of them was like Eddie Hearn in the first thing to get this whole thing started, which was crazy. So that's why I put JJ. Number 2, number 1 has to be Jake Paul. Yes, he didn't have the best of wins against someone like Tyron Woodley, and Tyron Woodley should have finished him off. But reason you place him as the best YouTuber boxer is because of he's active, he's training. Things that he doesn't do in the fight, he'll easily just work on them. And as well as that, not just work on the things he doesn't do in the fight, he will also you know, actually get more fights. He's the most active out of all of these guys. Like, yes, you have a few nice people. Like, boxing-wise, you got FaZe Jarvis, you got also Mark Boone, but they need to have more fights to really prove if they're about it. I just feel like Jake Paul, on his day, can be a really good boxer. He's got somewhat of the power there, but most of him is about counter-attacking. The boxing ability still, obviously he needs to improve on that, but he's got more boxing ability than some of the others. He works hard and he's improving his boxing ability, and he's the most active out of everyone. So this is why I say he's my number 1, like, influencer boxer. And plus, money-wise, he brings in a lot of cash, brings in a lot of eyeballs. Like, everyone talks about his fights. He's the most active. He's got some boxing ability. So this is why I put Jake Paul as my number 1 YouTuber boxer. So those are my top 5 YouTuber boxers. You can subscribe if you're new around here. Like the video. And peace.